What's up guys, and welcome back to Car Week on Drift Games. Now if you've been following the last couple of episodes, you know we went to the UK and picked up two very special cars. So how do we top that on this episode? Well, we're back in Ireland, and guess what? We're showing you three cars that you've never seen before on the channel as part of our 7 cars in 7 days Car Week. Let's get into it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 3 cars in one episode. They're all JDM, but they all have a great story. And that was the whole point of trying to rebuild our whole collection, is to give cars a new life in some cases, to give them new custodians so we could take them to shows, or just generally bought them because they're so damn cool we couldn't. And that's where we get to the first car. Now we did tell you guys a little bit of a lie, because I didn't buy this car since the fire. I actually bought this car in November. When I was in Japan, drifting in Ebisu, hanging out with Ryusei and exploring the car culture there, I was at Power Vehicles, and Andy from Power Vehicles had sourced me a car to go drifting. But James, an Irish guy who worked for Andy, had a good conversation with me while we were having a few beers one night and said, look, I know you might be interested in a car that I would never sell, but if you were to buy it, I'd be very happy. I was intrigued. He said, I've got a 4-door JZX. I've been working on it for 2 or 3 years and I just can't get it finished due to circumstances changing. But I'd love you to take it, ship it back to Ireland, finish it, because I reckon it'll be the coolest JZX on the planet when it's done. Now, I didn't really want a JZX at the time. You know, I was kind of whatever, but I humored him because we had a few beers. And he took me to a shed and he showed me this car. And the workmanship, the time, the energy that had already gone into it, it was like 70–80% done. He said, I want to sell it to you for a good price. I said, I'm not really in the market. The price was good. The car looked so amazing that after a few beers, I agreed to buy it. Then we put it in a container and we shipped it to Ireland. Now that car landed 2 days before the fire in the Drift Games studios. And Craig and I were supposed to go collect this car and bring it back up to our HQ. We didn't, because the HQ was in such a mess with all the cars coming back from Dubshed that we left it in the container. And I'm so glad that we did, because it actually survived the entire ordeal over the last couple of weeks. So to start this episode off right, I know we got 3 cars to get through on this episode. This one is one of the ones I'm most excited about. It's just enough done to get you the inspiration to get it finished. And I can't wait to show you guys our brand new JZX90. So obviously the car is beautiful. It's not painted. The shell itself was absolutely spotless in terms of rust. That's where he started with the build, but it hasn't got to the paint stage yet. But a lot of the car is fiberglass, because you've got Car Modify Wonder extended front arches. You got the extended rear arches as well with the door extensions. Looks absolutely beautiful. We got a BN Sports front bumper, BN Sports rear bumper. We've got a Kazama Auto side skirt. We got a Kazama Auto grille and a BN Sports Type 2 bonnet and a Kazama Auto rear roof spoiler. So on the outside, it looks absolutely incredible. It's got big boy chromy wheels on this as well, which look absolutely phenomenal. SSRs all around, and it's got crystal headlights and crystal side lights on the side as well. So basically everything to finish the aesthetics of the outside is in the car or on the car. And then inside we've got a lot of parts. So we got some wiring loom. The interior needs a little bit of cleaning up. We got a huge big wing that's in here for the back of the car. We got the brake calipers, the brake lines, and a bunch of other stuff to just finish off the car. The car originally was black with kind of a green metallic in it, which is a really nice color, but that's, whether we keep it that color or not, we got to go to O'Neill Auto Body and kind of pick out what we want to paint it. So while it looks amazing on the outside, this is a 1996 JZX90, by the way, this isn't the reason I bought the car. So you're probably thinking, beautiful looking JZX, great for spinning around in, that would do you. But this is where the real special part is the work that's done under the skin. What a phenomenal job. So this was completely stripped down to a bare shell, built back up. We got a midnight purple with the flake, engine bay, respray. The whole 1J has been built top to bottom. brand new turbo, brand new lines, AN fittings, coil pack conversion, HKS cam covers, uprated Evolve radiator, intercooler, oil cooler. Every single thing you could do to make 600 horsepower reliably, this car has it. If I was to actually stand here and talk about the spec all day, this video would be very, very long, but we will dig into this in a future episode when we start going through everything. Up till now, it landed in Ireland and it's done one thing. Our guy Ryan at Vital Fabrication has done all of the intercooler piping on the car. You can see it down here on the bumper, just to make sure that that's connected, and he's done a full exhaust on the car because it was only a manifold with no exhaust before that. So we've done all that, and what's left to do on this car, that's the reason it's here at DRT Automotive, because the next stage of the process is quite tiresome and long, which is wiring the full car. So we're not going to use the original wiring loom. We're going to take the Link ECU and basically adapt it to everything that's in the car, make it super simple, almost a motorsport wiring loom, but in a street car, which I think will be very, very tidy and very, very cool. Then we're going to get Lloyd to throw it on the dyno, see what power it makes, and then we get it over to Joey at O'Neill Auto Body, and we got to figure out a paint color. Right now, I don't know what paint color to put the car. I'm going to let you guys give me some influence on this. Here's what I'm thinking so far. The original color is black, but it has like a green metallic in it, which is a nice car color and looks very special on JZX90s. Now we could paint the whole car, which would make it quite dark, and an original color, I mean the shell would match the respray, but now that they've done the midnight purple engine bay, we could go a little bit more wild. We could do it like a metallic purple, we could do like a metallic gray. Let me know what color you think in the comments, because I'm still kind of thinking about it. At the moment, the black with the green metallic is winning for me, just because it's kind of OEM plus, and it kind of, that's what the shell is. But if we're going to respray the whole car, we could go wild as well. So I want to hear your ideas on this, but what a super cool car. This is probably one of the biggest impulse buys I've ever had on the channel, because I bought this last November, seeing it in the dark after a few beers in Japan. And I think I kind of lucked out with this because it is unbelievable. So when it landed here, I knew I'd made a good decision. So we're going to see this car in a few weeks. It won't be at Drift Masters, obviously, because it has no brakes and it doesn't run. But I hope you guys can see the vision, because this could be, with the wing and everything else on it and a full paint job, one of the coolest JZXs I think in Ireland or anywhere further afield. So super excited on this one. So the reason I introduced this car first is because it's kind of been sitting around in other people's sheds for a couple of weeks, so I wanted to kind of show you guys what we had. But also, it doesn't move, it doesn't run. It's early stages. The other two cars that we're collecting today, or having a look at today, well, they do run, and they're both kind of similar. So let's head on down the country to our friend Dan Moorhead, who's been holding another car for me that's just come in off the boat from Japan. So we are here at Moorhead Motors. Dan from Moorhead Motors has been a friend of mine for over 15 years, and he's been importing tons of different JDM cars. After the fire, he got in touch with me and said he's got a batch of cars coming in, and one of them might suit me as a new project. He had an R32 4-door, which I do love. We have a nice old school Supra here, but you know me, I'm a Silvia guy. I need to get my Silvia collection and my Silvia game back on track. Now, I'm a little too sore about my Spirit Ray car and the replica Spirit Ray car with the 1JZ, both lost in the fire. So I didn't want to go back into an S13 Coupe, or PS13 as we call them soon, but I did want to get an S13. So we had a very clean, standard-ish car come in from Japan, and I said, you know what, that might be the perfect base, because I haven't had a 180SX on the channel before. So we did a deal, and now it's time to introduce my new project on the channel, a 180SX, and boy, is it a nice one. Alright, so this is a very clean 180SX in black, which is the color that I think they look the best in, and I haven't had a 180SX in like, God, 10 years or something like that. So to have one that's kind of near stock but has a couple of little bits and pieces, this is a, I would call it a light project. I'm not doing crazy stuff to this. I wanted like a fun, just drivable car. So I wanted something that was like OEM plus. I want to go small wheel. I know most of the cars that you guys see us do are big kits, wide bodies, big wheels. I kind of wanted to go the opposite with this. I've never done a small wheel S body, and then I thought this one would be the perfect one. So it's got an aftermarket front lip. I think it's an E-Spare front lip, which is really, really nice. Got your pop-ups, black metallic. This is Irish registered already. Dan does this for all his customers, so this car is ready to go on the road. I want to change a few little bits in it. I might put like a sort of Wangan style spoiler on the back of it. I might change the rear lights to kooky lights. Have a look at the interior. It's like pretty good.
As far as interiors go,
yeah, it's got a cracked dash, which we could obviously replace, which is, it happens in Japan with the sun.
Let's be honest, it's an excuse to move up to a 15 dash.
It is, but the 15 dashes always are cut really. But you never know. You never know. We could do it. Needs a few little bits and pieces. Needs a bit of a clean. It's like the seat this bride came with it, which is absolutely spot on. That's probably like a big win.
And it didn't, not even a tear anywhere.
No, this is like a pretty fresh, brand new bride. So the fact that this came in it just for the driver's seat, that's the look I want. Everything else is pretty okay. A little bit of a tidy up here and there, but that's kind of what I wanted. Something that wasn't a load of work, but it had most of the right bits there. So gnarly steering wheel, bride seat. It's a 5-speed manual. It's an SR car, even though it's a 93, which is a pretty early spec. Ooh, jazzy pipe. So it's a red top SR. It has a few little bits in there, like nothing too crazy. Obviously, I'd like to swap the teens out for BC Racing coilovers, a few little bits and bobs, but have it as an aftermarket radiator. Running stock power, which is kind of what I wanted. And when you drive big wheeled, wide body cars, you want a lot more horsepower from them. But for a little SR like this, I kind of wanted to go small wheels so that it would feel like it had a ton of horsepower. So I'm really happy with the condition. Again, could do with a little polish here and there. Could do with, it's got these, what do you think, chameleon tints, Josh, yes or no?
Absolutely not.
I think they could go, right?
And is it on the front? Yeah.
The front windscreen. I'll see how it looks with the overall look of the car. Because it can look quite old school at times too. Oh, it has got a full boot interior, which is excellent, including the parcel shelf, which is actually quite rare to still have in these. A lot of people strip them out. Even some of the other cars we bought have a stripped out rear interior. This has everything. I sell a strip brace across the back. And you know what? It's like 80% there, but not 100% there. But because I usually put a set of Strom wheels on these cars, which I absolutely love to do, and you will see on the other cars, Strom don't make 16-inch wheels, so I picked up a set of 16-inch wheels for the car off another friend of mine who didn't need them, and we're going to try and test fit them on the car. So we don't have the most adjustability with the teens in this as opposed to BC Racing, whatever, so it'll be a far better job, but we have them in the van, so I'm thinking about throwing on some TE37s in 16s, decking it, and seeing what the look is like, so I can just get an image of the car, because obviously this on, look at the size of the tire on the rear of this. That is ridiculous.
It's a hefty boy there.
That is, they wouldn't put that in a tractor. We're going to put some tires on it, put some wheels on it, lower it, and it's just going to give us a little bit of inspiration. It's not the finished product, don't start judging me, but because we're here and Dan's got an hour to spare, I said, why don't we just try and see what the look looks like, then take it for a spin. And I'm in love with the car already, and as you can see, it is fresh off the boat, still has all the writing on the window, and it's just a nice black 180, but could be nicer, a little lower, and with better wheels.
Dan, I can't help but notice you have literally the first sponsor jumper that we've ever made.
So I was getting these for free back in the day. You know, every time I go
Don't be hinting on camera now, we gotta get used to new them.
So every round that I went to that I judged, I maintained that I had forgotten my hoodie. So
look at this, it's even held up just about, and it's done a lot of work since then.
yeah, oh, a lot of work.
A lot of work since.
Still on the go. So I think this was the year before.
Hey, Irish Drift Championship. Back in the day. Shout out to Link ECU, still there all these years later.
It's like a time capsule.
It's like a time capsule.
I think we've come a long way, Dave, since the old stuff.
Yeah. You know what? It takes trial and error, and I think we're really happy with the merch range we have this year compared to the old school stuff. We're back in stock, by the way, so if you want to grab yourself some Drift Games merch, it is available on the shop, driftgames.life. You guys help us out, obviously helps us keep doing stupid purchases like this. I'm all for it, I'm all in. If you want to help out, keep the madness continuing, then hit up shop. Oh, lads.
Is it grazing?
Nope. Caliper fitment on point.
We're getting good at this.
We're getting good at the caliper fitment. So this has uprated brakes on this car, right?
Yeah, so these are R32 GTST brakes.
You learn a lot before you purchase.
This is one of those situations where I've got a car that stops better than it goes, but that's all right. Oh, she looks good. She could go lower then.
Probably another 20 in the front, and I think I would put 20 mil spacer on the back.
Yeah, I agree. Like if it goes a little lower on the front, 20 mil on the back, she'll sit absolutely perfect, I think. Really cool car.
Just to make this clear, this is our first stop off of 3 today, and this video is actually filmed 2 days, so it's filmed and edited. And this is what we're prioritizing?
Yeah, we gotta prioritize the stance. Josh has been very impatient, but this is very important to us here.
Charge your phone.
Don't mind the phone, mind the time. You know what?
That's not bad at all. I quite like it. Took a risk and it worked out.
I like it. Every time a car gets brought out into the light.
Oh, I love this thing. Needs a little bit of space on the front, a little bit of lower on the front. Needs a spoiler, needs some cookie lights, needs new number plates, a few bits and bobs, but not a lot. Like a day's work would have this thing looking really nice. Like, I'm excited about this. Small wheel S-body, haven't done one on the channel before. I've never done one before. I think we're starting off pretty right here.
It'd be rude not to take it for a drive.
It'd be rude not to take it for a spin, wouldn't it? We gotta do a little bit of action, you know. Drives very well. Look at that.
Lovely hint of chameleon tint on the inside.
Need to get rid of the chameleon tint. But other than that, it drives really well. Rubbing a little bit on the back with the new wheels, but we can roll the arches for that.
Let's be honest, 30 was a bit ambitious. I think 25 maybe.
25 probably be spot on. Oh, it's nice to be back on an Irish back road in an S-body again.
Traditional Irish back road.
Yeah, can't go very fast because there's a tractor.
How are you going?
Oh, it drives really well.
Woo. It's weird hearing such a quiet SR.
I know, and in your case, Josh, it's weird hearing an SR just work properly and not blow up, so it must be very, very novel for you.
We're not at the end of the test drive yet.
For a pretty, like, I would say, bargain buy, this wasn't a hugely expensive car. I'm chuffed with it. Like, a lot of people think these cars are major money now. If you buy one that's just, you know, needs a few little bits, it can actually be good value. And because it's over 30 years old in Ireland, it was only €200 to VRT, it's only €56 to tax it. So it's pretty much a no-brainer, and I'm absolutely delighted with it. Alright guys, I had to rush off from Dan's because I was getting sucked into doing more modifications to the 180s. So we got more cars and more stuff to reveal in this video. So we're down the road to see what's up. Alright, so for our final car on this video, it's one that you guys have been asking so many questions about. But it's over there and I need a jumper pack to actually get it going. So I'm going to give Wayne a shout here and see if he has a jumper. Wayne, you got a jumper pack, Wayne. Wayne, you got a jumper pack.
Hope he goes away.
Wayne. So the car that you've all been asking about is my car that I drove in Ebisu, which we shipped back, and that's why we had the container available to put the JZX90 that you saw at the start of the video. That was shipped at the same time as this car. Now, if you're new to the channel, you won't have seen it, but here was me in Japan driving the absolute balls out of it. So of course it is my D-Max Type 3 kitted S14 SR20 that I drove in Japan, and it has literally just been pulled out of the container. It landed just before the fire, but I haven't actually seen the car until now, and she's still okay. I'm going to give you a little update on the condition it left Ebisu in. So everything is as it was, except the last lap of what, 4 days of thousands of laps. Somebody spun in front of me, I straightened up to avoid it, and then someone ran into the back of me. So we broke the light in behind the bumper. We did a little bit of damage. And my idea with this car, of why I wanted to bring it home, was very simple. I wanted it to be a car that I could bring to our Drift Games Invitational events, so I could just do laps after laps all day in Mondello Park. But I also wanted to be a road car. So we're going to clean it up, make it very presentable, and get it road registered. So therefore we can drive it on the road, we can drive it on the track, and I absolutely love this thing. I've had some of the best memories of my entire drift life in this car, so it holds a very special place in my heart, and all of this is just going to be tidied up over the next couple of weeks. But because it's here, and our shed is being built over there. Remember that time we built the other shed and you said, oh, before we painted the floor we should have so done donuts in the shed before we did it?
This is like a second chance.
This is like a second chance. This whole story has been a second chance with all these cars. So Wayne's not here, the shed is here, and the car is here. I say we get a jumper pack, start this. I mean, every video this week so far has had donuts in it, right? So you gotta have some more donuts.
As it's one of our cars, obviously it has no charge.
Well, every single car we ever have. Things may have changed in terms of chassis, paint jobs, projects, but some things never change, that they always need a jump start.
A few moments later.
Wayne just magically appeared there. We definitely didn't fail to start it. Now I'm going to say as a disclaimer that I kind of advise against this because this is fairly tight. And as an end to the video, this is not a, oh boy, oh god, the car looks even bigger once you go in. Here we go. They were some tiny hoops. It was impressive.
I didn't think too much about it. That was the key.
I'm not gonna lie, Dave, you're fairly close.
Was I? It works still though. Alright, so we got the tasty rings in there. You guys love the donuts. We've done donuts in every video this week. So now we have got 5 cars revealed of the 7. We got the R33 Skyline, which we're putting a Pandem kit on. We have got the S14 Garage Mac, bright yellow, looks awesome. We've got the 180SX, which is a bit stock, but we're going to make it cool on the TE37s. We've got the JZX90 project, which I'm very, very excited about. And we've also got the S14 from Japan. 5 cars in the last couple of days, which means there's 2 left. Now you know us here at Drift Games. If there's 2 remaining, they're the 2 special ones. Now these cars are not special, but they're like fun projects for us to hang out, make nice, go to shows, goes on road trips. The last 2 cars are beyond anything you've ever seen on Drift Games before. The collaborations on both are going to blow your mind, and this Sunday and next Tuesday, finally, we get to tell you all about them. So if you guys have enjoyed this series so far, let us know which car today was your favorite. Was it the 180? Did you like the simple OEM style? Did you enjoy looking at the JZX90? Because that's going to be wild. Let us know what color you think we should put it. And who's happy to see the Ebisu 14 back in Ireland after many, many months. So we've had an awesome time. We've done some tidy rings. We're making progress on the shed. Drift Games is coming back in action. We are absolutely so happy with all of your support, all of your comments. Thank you guys so much for the love. We'll see you on the next one, because the next 2 episodes, man, I'm excited.
Yeah.